Hi everyone, Goldazu here, and we're back with, well, this isn't actually a showdown live. This is more of a serious rambling type of video about future directions for the channel, and I guess just a channel update if you want to call it that. I'll mostly just be talking in this video, so you can listen and like go on a different tab or something if you want, or just play this in the background or whatever you want to do. I do have a random laddering session that I recorded without any commentary. I just slapped into the background. I don't know, I thought it'd come in handy for a video like this. But anyways, I'm just gonna ramble on about just competitive Pokemon videos in general, I guess. Not just my channel. So, to be honest with you guys, I'm not sure if the description for my channel is all that accurate anymore. I originally thought recording fun showdown lives where I improve as a player over time would somehow be educational and teach others how to climb to the level where I'm currently at. But then I realized that's not really how competitive Pokemon works. For the longest time I was a viewer like all of you, and I would just spend hours watching people like Pokeaim, Blunder, MV, Jamvention Pack, and many other YouTubers who make competitive Pokemon content on Showdown. While I admit watching their videos did help me improve slightly as a player, it's mostly the experience and the amount of time that I personally dedicated to improving as a player that showed me the most results. I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm not sure if my channel is really helping anyone out or teaching anyone anymore. It's mostly just here for entertainment purposes. I'm not trying to say that I don't know why I upload anymore, because that's definitely not true. I'll admit I like to make these kind of showdown videos and upload them because while it might be a sad thought, I don't think Pokemon Showdown will be around forever. Although if I'm wrong and by the time I'm like 80 something years old and still around, that would be pretty cool. But I'm just saying these type of games eventually they go away. Or they're not around forever, really. And who knows, if I really could just sit there one day as an 80-year-old thinking, wow, it'd be fun to go ladder and showdown again, like the good old days. But yeah, I just can't see that happening. So basically what I'm trying to say is these videos are special to me because not only do other people enjoy watching my content, but also because I personally think it'd be fun to look back. It'd be fun to look back on these videos in the future and just reminisce on my old showdown days, since that is how I spend a lot of my free time over the last few years. So this begs the question, Goldazu, why don't you just make your content more educational then, for new upcoming players, or just as an outlet to share your knowledge of the game? Well, to be honest, there are already a lot of content creators who do that and who dedicate many videos to the metagame, and they're probably explaining it in a way better than I ever could, since I'm not really even a serious tournament player or anything. I mostly just ladder for fun. Well, I say I ladder for fun, but I also want to, like, you know, climb to the top and be like a 1900 player, but I'm not really consistent enough to be on that level yet. But anyway, if you really want good advice on how to improve as a player, then I'd suggest watching someone like Jamvet or Finch, if you're really set on that. While I'm not opposed to the idea of people somehow learning from my videos, I'm convinced at this point that my videos are more catered to people who also play Showdown and they just want to unwind with an entertaining video of someone else who's playing on Showdown and just using quirky teams or making people salty on the ladder every now and then. But the thing with that is I'm still not sure how to make my videos a little more unique in a way that separates it from everyone else who makes these kind of showdown lives. So on that note, I'd also just like to add that I kind of regret starting my Road to Top X series around the same time as OLT. At first I thought maybe it'd be a nice added challenge, but honestly all the OLT laddering has made people just use the same teams over and over and over again. They're just all spamming the same HO or the same stall on the ladder, and it's I don't know, it's just not fun for me at all right now. I'm gonna be real with you guys. I tried recording another episode of Road to Top X, but I tilted it back down to 1600, and it was very demotivating. And honestly, I don't really get that much time throughout the week to record Road to Top X, so there's like also a problem with decay and all that. So it would just come to a point where I'd be laddering up and then like decaying half the points that I won in that video, and it's just rinse and repeat. It's not a fun process. And besides, I also miss using a lot of heat Pokemon, and I don't know, I miss using fun stuff and just having fun with it. And I feel like when you're really focused on climbing, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but there's like some weird psychological effect where it's just like, it feels like such high stress, like when I care about winning all the time, or just care about climbing like more than I should. And if I'm being honest, I feel like I'm just not the type of player who can play on the high ladder and also explain my thought process well. So that just shows how my channel probably isn't really the best for educational purposes, but more so just for entertaining content in general. It's unfortunate that I'm saying this in this video, but Road to Top X is probably going to be put on hold or just discontinued altogether, because I'm not enjoying the ladder right now, and I'm not even enjoying the teams that I have in my team builder right now, and even the teams that I get from you guys, I just feel really bad because most of the time I always end up changing like half the team. So that just goes to show I'm like so picky about the teams I use. And maybe I'm just really high maintenance, but like I'm only having fun with the team if there are a lot of sets I enjoy using. Right now, as far as new content goes, I feel demotivated in the sense that I'm the same hard-stuck 1600, 1700 player that I was 3 years ago. Part of me definitely wants to get better at the game and be more consistent with high ladder, so I could produce more exciting content, and the games would be higher quality and all that. But at the same time, I don't really know how to improve, or honestly, I don't even know if I feel dedicated enough to effortfully try to be a better player. As in, like, I'm saving all my replays, going through all my mistakes, thinking what I could have done better, if that makes any sense. I know, I'm saying that I both want to be a great, consistent, high ladder player and all that, but I also don't feel motivated to put in the effort to do so. I know you can't really, like, have your cake and eat it too. It's just hard to feel motivated to improve at the game when I'm not enjoying my teams and not enjoying the teams my opponents are bringing and so on. Like, you guys know I enjoy bringing teams with powerful stuff, but it's tough when the opponent always brings fat Pokemon that they can just pivot into with little drawback. And seeing that go on for so many turns is repetitive, and it just makes me think, why do I even want to get good again at this game? What's the point? And it's also just demotivating to see sets that you thought would put in the work are just getting like stalled between like all these regen cores, and I don't know, maybe I felt like for a while that I was trying to prove myself, because I would just upload videos of me laddering in the 1600s, and some people would still say I was just a low ladder player and there was nothing special about me, which is whack. But what do you expect? Like, not even just with Pokemon, I feel like you can do anything and there will always be someone who tries to talk you down. So you just gotta do what makes you happy. But to be honest, I'm just not really that happy right now with the, I don't know, current laddering and stuff. So I guess I'm just wondering how I can make my videos more interesting. I've been thinking about doing new types of showdown lives or new types of videos in general. One idea I've been thinking of for a new series is Team Thieves, where I just ladder on showdown and I steal the same Pokemon my opponent was using and then use it in the next game. If that makes sense. Like, I'm just stealing their team basically, but I guess coming up with different sets if I want to. Like, for instance, say the opponent has a team of I don't know, Weavile, Azumarill, Charizard, Beaver, Gucha, and Excadrill. Okay, yeah, those are really random Pokemon. And they probably wouldn't make a good team together. But I would have to steal those 6 and use it for the next game, and then keep stealing teams from my opponents and continuing the cycle. That's the idea behind Team Thieves. Then I'd see how far we can get just by stealing other people's teams on the ladder. But yeah, obviously it would. The idea is very counterproductive when like everyone's using the same team all the time. And I would also hate to steal a stall team. You guys know how much I don't enjoy using that, but I don't know. Let me know what you think about that whole Team Thieves idea, or if you guys think of anything similar but like better than what I thought of. Another idea I had was doing something similar to what Envy used to do and sort of make people's teams better. Not really better per se, but I'm not really the best team builder. But I was thinking of making it like, I don't know, Goldazu certified. And what is Goldazu certified, you might ask? Basically, I just changed the team to make it more fast-paced and look like a team I would use. Just a really offensive, fast-paced kind of team. But the bad thing with this idea is it's not really helping anyone out. It's just something for fun, I guess, for my own amusement. And it's probably gonna offend people if I change their team just to fit my taste. It's maybe I'm just thinking of this because I'm an artist, but it's kind of like taking someone's drawing and then fixing it to match your own art style, which is kind of questionable morally. But I probably shouldn't compare Showdown to art because they're two different things. Even though I think sometimes with Showdown and team building, I feel like there's some artistic expression in building your own teams, but it only goes so far, I guess. I don't know what I'm saying. But anyway, I use the term Goldazu certified because, well, it's actually an inside joke. Well, I guess not really inside anymore if I'm telling you guys about it. But I do like to offer Envy some help with his draft leagues, and he likes to joke and ask if his draft is Goldazu certified, meaning that he has mons that I like on his teams. Of course, this doesn't mean I just find a Pokemon to place with Azu and call it a day and go much deeper than that. Another more analytical idea I thought of was finding some replays of either my games or maybe games you guys could submit or something. Or maybe even tournament games, I guess, and just dissecting the game turn by turn, explaining the thought process behind each play, but I'm not sure how well I could do that. I suppose I could give it a try, but I don't know if you guys would be interested in watching something like that. I guess with OLT coming up, maybe it would be cool if I recorded like some kind of live reaction to that. If I could even catch the games live. I don't know, I might have time to watch an OLT game or two when it's actually live. I did read somewhere that new players could probably learn the game better through turn-by-turn replays rather than live commentary. So that's something. Lastly, one idea I thought of, which isn't really my strongest idea to be honest, is to just record really casual Showdown lives where I don't only talk about the game but also just talk about chill stuff, not relating to Pokemon as well. But I'd have to work on that, since I'm not sure if I can focus on both winning the game and talking about unrelated things. I'm just not that good at multitasking. It's kind of like what Blunder does in his vids or what Joey does in his more chill live streams where they just mess around on the ladder and talk about life. But I'm not sure how well this would fit with my personality since I don't have many interesting stories, or at least I'm not sure if it would be wise to share some of it in a video, if that makes sense. And while we're on the topic of new kinds of videos, I'd also like to share with you guys that I've been contemplating making an everything I know about team building type of video. I don't know if this is a good idea from someone who mostly steals teams and just tweaks it to my liking, but I've been secretly working on my own checks compendium, mostly for my own reference, so I can quickly figure out what a team struggles with and which mons break through the team. But if you guys are interested in my not so secret checks compendium for a video, just let me know in the comments below. I think if you're a good team builder, you're also probably really skilled at the game and know what you're doing. But at the same time, I guess there's also types of players who can battle really well, but they can't build their own teams, and vice versa, of course. There's definitely good team builders who are also not really the best at battling. I just thought the idea of making my own checks compendium would be fun, and it'd be helpful because I remember in Gen 6 there was a break my team tool, which was so helpful for throwing a team together in like 5 minutes and easily figuring out what you're weak to and what your team needs to work on. So yeah, I really wish there was something like that for Gen 8 OU. Also, I think it'd be helpful to just throw out stuff I'm not willing to try on my channel while we're talking about things that would help spice my videos up. I'd just like to say that for now, I'm mostly into showdown content and not really into things like draft leagues, because let's be real, you guys know me by now. How can I possibly stay committed to the same 10 Pokemon for weeks without changing the team? Like, you know that's not me. You're not really my style. I use the same team for about a week and then I get tired of it and switch to something new, as you may have figured by now. I've also been considering getting a capture card for my Switch, mostly for my own entertainment though, just to capture funny things that happen in Pokemon or Smash or Animal Crossing. I'm really bad at Smash, by the way. But honestly, I'm not sure how many of you guys would be interested in Wi-Fi battles, given that there's like no way to save replays in Sword and Shield, which is really lame. I've always thought it'd be fun to do some Wi-Fi battles on my channel, but without a replay function, it just doesn't seem practical. I'm also not sure how I feel about doing playthroughs on my channel. I know Joey has done some Nuzlocke, and I saw on Finch's channel that he started a platinum randomizer or something. But to be honest, that sounds like one of the quickest ways to kill my channel, or just kill any channel dedicated to competitive Pokemon. Because playthroughs are honestly the exact opposite of competitive Pokemon content. You could beat any main series game with like whatever team you want. I've seen people saying they've soloed platinum using just Infernape because it's broken in Gen 4 or something. Yeah, it's just, I don't even want to think about how I would approach a Let's Play or playthrough or whatever. Another topic I wanted to discuss in this video was, well, to be honest, I touched on it earlier, but I just feel like, I don't know, I wish I felt more motivated in regards to the competitive aspect of the game. I know I make videos because usually it's fun, and I love receiving all the nice and funny comments in the comment section, and seeing how everyone supports me really means a lot. But at the same time, I also just feel like I have this pathological fixation on climbing to the top of the ladder as someone who's like normally just stuck in the mid ladder. And I say it's pathological because honestly, in the end, who cares if you're 1500 or 1700 or 1900 or whatever? Like, I don't know, I feel like that only changes how entertaining you are, like to a very small extent. Like in the end, you could be playing like in the low ladder and still have like a really entertaining personality and vibe to your videos. Like, what am I gonna do? Put on my resume that I've been top 500 on the OU ladder or something? Like, what am I gonna do? Like, tell my parents that, oh my god, I finally made it to 2,000 on the ladder today. Wow. Sorry, I don't know why that job example or that resume example came into my head. Maybe it's because I've just been applying to a lot of jobs recently. But okay, can we actually talk about that? Just like quarantine life in general. I feel like quarantine and Pokemon Showdown, they definitely go hand in hand. Because I know I'm not the only person who has suddenly had more time to play video games and ladder on Showdown ever since all this crazy stuff in 2020 started happening. It also doesn't help that I graduated university in 2020 this year, and now finding a job just feels like I'm flailing around, kind of like how laddering feels for me lately. It just feels like I'm moving in life without a direction, and the same goes for my Showdown content. Okay, sorry, I did not mean for this video to get too deep or anything, but I know before the direction or the goal was to climb to the top of the ladder, but now even that isn't really an enjoyable idea, and finding motivation is hard sometimes. Like, I don't know, I could just record Showdown lives like normally without caring about what happens in the video, but then it's a question of like, again, it's a question of what kind of content do I want to put out, and I feel like my videos would lose appeal somehow or lose its purpose, like I was saying before. Like, my videos would definitely have a different energy to them if I just did not care about how the games were going or the quality of the games, or if I just had like no motivation to even win. Like, I don't know, who wants to watch a video like that where, like, can you guys just imagine if I just like lost every game? I'm just like, okay, let's find another game. Yeah, whatever. I'm just like not gonna look back on any of my losses and just keep going with my day. Just keep clicking find battle and just not even comment on anything that's going on or how I could have even won or learned from my mistakes. Isn't that kind of like the definition of insanity? Just like doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. That's kind of how I feel with my showdown plays sometimes. I kind of have the same approach when it comes to a lot of my ladder games. And sometimes it works, other times it doesn't. And I think that's just one thing I struggle with like team building and just teams in general, or finding good teams to ladder with and record with. It's really hard to have a team that is relatively prepared for every kind of play style, like offense, stall, weather. Like, a good team should be prepared to handle like all play styles, or at least like you shouldn't feel like you have a really good matchup versus stall or something, but versus other offense you just get 6-0'd. That's not a very good team then, in my opinion. And then there's also the question of how do I make my videos stand out and be unique. The thing with Pokemon is, like, a team can only be so unique, like, to some extent. Obviously, lately, I don't feel unique because I am stealing teams and just changing it to have Azu on it. So yeah, not really special in that regard. That's kind of why lately I feel a little jealous of my past YouTube self, where somehow I would manage to make unique teams and it would actually work out, like win ladders in the mid ladder anyway. But yeah, in a way, sometimes as someone who likes to both play showdown and draw, I can't help but compare the two activities sometimes, because both require creativity. And in a way, Pokemon, it can kind of be like an art, in the sense that, I mean, it's like a strategy game like chess, but chess is boring because everyone starts out with the same pieces each time, and each player can go for the same moves as their opponent, and Pokemon is definitely not like that. You could have completely different sets, completely different Pokemon, and that's how you can express yourself in the game. But at the same time, it's also not so creative where you can just draw something, like an idea straight from your head. That makes sense. I don't know, I might just be rambling about nonsense right now. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that I'm still finding what makes my channel enjoyable or unique compared to other people who make showdown content. And I also want to find something that not only makes me stand out, but also is just something I can have fun with, instead of feeling pressured to face unfortunate matchups or feeling demotivated from facing people who are simply playing better than I am. Meanwhile, I'm just not learning much at all from my mistakes, because to be honest, that's probably the kind of vibe my videos give off. I make a lot of plays that feel right in a given moment, but honestly, I'm not thinking enough about the endgame plan or just like how I'm gonna accomplish a sweep or whatever. And that's probably my downfall right now in terms of the quality of my videos. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and if you guys have any suggestions or feedback, let me know in the comments. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next video, whatever kind of video that will be. So yeah, bye!